Warriors! Do I look tired? Because I am tired, Warriors. There's a lot of shit going on. A lot of great stuff going on. I'm Coach JB, the top health and mindset coach in the world. Just got my meal prep on point. Got my A game going. Got my cutoff shirt ready to rock and roll. So I'm Coach JB, the guy that doesn't do edited videos. Who knows? We may get fancy in the future. But for now, this is how you get me. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. Guys, I have to show you this because the stock market is on the verge of a crash. You have to understand this, Warriors, because I know it's getting really excited with the GameStop. People keep asking me on my TikTok about AMC. What do you think about AMC? I don't think nothing about AMC. I don't think that way about investments. I'm following Warren Buffett style. Fundamentals, real world solve, understand the leadership team. Is it going to solve a real world problem? Is it something that actually is applicable to the world? Is it going to have sustainability? Think about that, Warriors. AMC? Who's going to the damn movies? How is that even a good bet? Like, think about that. Yeah, you might make some quick money, but you can also get wrecked like people did with XRP yesterday. A lot of people got wrecked, Warriors. So I want to share with you guys what the Buffett Indicator is. A lot of you guys are just getting new into investing. There's going to be a lot of people coming into the market. I have to burp. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I had to bring this to you guys. A lot of people are brand new to the market, and there's going to be a lot of people rushing into the crypto space, and a lot of people are becoming new investors, right? And one thing I'll share with you guys is I teach my warriors to be fundamental investors. In our private warrior academy, every single week we have a crypto call, like we have a crypto expert coming on this Thursday. I show my exact portfolio, what I'm investing, no bullshit. I'm like, here's my portfolio, here's what I'm invested. I'm not a financial advisor, not financial advice. I just document my journey in the quantum financial system. We have a Discord of over 500 people that help each other, but what I always tell my warriors is, warriors, it's about fundamentals. We're working to build generational wealth, not this quick, pump and dump type stuff. And I think it's great that the world's waking up. I think this is awesome. But as you're looking this way, again, warriors, you're going to get played this way. You have to understand that the stock market is on the verge of a massive crash, warriors, or a huge, huge correction. We are in the worst position than the Great Depression, warriors. We are in a worse position than the Great Depression. And remember what happened during the Great Depression? JP Morgan started rumors. It's alleged that he started rumors that did runs on the banks, and lo and behold, the whole market crashed. So right now what's happening, warriors, is you're seeing a fight against the common folk and the hedge fund. Warriors, what if this is all narrative? What if these trillionaires and billionaires are all creating this massive narrative? They're sitting back with their little plan, and guess who gets crushed? It's the little guy. So as you move into Robin Hood's supposed to steal from the rich and bring to the poor when they took from the poor and gave to the rich. Everything is backwards, warriors. So I know the game. I do not get played, warriors. I did not take any profits from the XRP pump. I woke up at 2:50 in the morning, 70 cents. I could have taken a lot of profits. I sat back and I watched it happen. I watched it dump. I literally watched it dump while I was sitting at the academy. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. A bunch of people are going to get wrecked. And a lot of people weren't even able to pull their profits because the exchanges had temporary outages. So you're not going to win the game unless you know the game, warriors. So I want to share with you guys what's happening. So Forbes put this out yesterday. Is today the 2nd? So Forbes put this out yesterday. So here's what could spark the next 10% market correction, Bank of America warns, okay? So top line, after a month of jam-packed with strong corporate earnings and economic optimism stemming from President Joe Biden's massive $1.9 trillion stimulus proposal. So think about that. The massive $1.9 stimulus proposal, that's what's propping up the stock market. The Feds are propping up the stock market. Bank of America analysis says that the investors' bullish expectations are the highest they've been since right before the Great Recession, when stocks fell by 11% in 1 year. Here's what they predict could be the catalyst that spurs another bear market. One, in Monday Note, Bank of America analysts led by Sabita Sarbimedia said the firm's sell-side indicator, a measurement of Wall Street's stock market bullishness, rose by nearly 1%, 1 percentage point in January to 58.4, bringing the figure less than 2 percentage points away from indicating a sell rating for U.S. stocks. Though it remains in neutral territory, the indicator is now the closest it's been to signaling irrational markets, keywords, irrational markets, euphoria. Now remember, if you're in my Warrior Academy, we talk about euphoria. When you hit euphoria in the crypto space, you want to back out, take profits, sit on the sidelines. When it crashes, when everybody's sitting there thinking they're going to make another $10,000, 10%, 20%, they get crushed in the marketplace, and then you buy back in. It's a very easy game, Warriors. Once you hear people talking about it nonstop, when your grandma starts talking about Bitcoin, you need to get the hell out. And you sit on the sidelines, and when it crashes, you go back in. Since August 2007, after which markets fell by 11% in 12 months, the analysts forecast just 5% annualized stock returns for the next 10 years, their lowest expected return since 2011. In addition to the euphoric sentiment, Bank of America says the democratization of stocks ushered in by booming online brokerages like Robinhood and rich company valuations across the stock market are other eerie similarities between stocks today and the market amid the dot-com bubble in 2000, Warriors. Listen, some of the bullishness has been backed by results, thanks largely to blowout earnings from mega cap technology companies like Tesla and Apple. The 183 companies in the S&P 500 reporting fourth quarter earnings through Friday have continued to beat Wall Street expectations, both on revenue profits by about 10% on average, the analysis note. What's problematic, however, and I'm going to show you the Buffett Indicator in just a moment, is that companies are no longer being rewarded with stocks again after better than expected earnings. In fact, companies that both beat the sales and earnings are underperforming the brokerage market by 0.5 the day after reporting the worst posted earnings reaction in history, the bank notes. This makes stocks ultra sensitive to earning results, the analysts say, adding that if their earnings start to disappoint, perhaps as a result of the still crippling pandemic, then stocks could be due for a 10% correction, okay? So that's what Forbes is saying. That's what Bank of America analysts is saying. But I want to introduce you to the Buffett Indicator. If you're a new investor, I probably don't have advanced investors watching my stuff. I'm sure they're watching other stuff, right? So I'm the guy that's sharing with people who are probably new to the crypto space or maybe pretty experienced in stocks, probably watching other videos. So I'm someone who's opening up the mind and awareness to the people, to the possibilities for you as a human being, right? So maybe you haven't been introduced to the Buffett Indicator. So I talk a lot about GDP, the gross domestic product. Now remember my history, Warriors. Don't let this look fool you, right? I created a Warrior Academy that's global with 500 warriors, 9 different countries, where I teach mind, body, immunity, and generational wealth building. I show how to manage into the quantum financial system in the crypto space. Now, it wasn't always like this. 3 years ago, I left corporate America as a vice president of a bank. I understand banking at a very deep level. I went through CBA executive banking school. I learned how to scale banks from the ground up, and I struggled through banking school. So I studied very, very hard, and I learned a lot. That's why I left banking, Warriors. I didn't believe in the banking system and how it's run, how you can just print money into infinity. You can lower interest rates, you can manipulate the market, and the central banks manipulate the market. It's just a vicious cycle, Warriors. But I want to share with you guys this is called the Buffett Indicator. Now you got to understand, our GDP is worse than the Great Depression. GDP is gross domestic product, all the products and services in America. If we were to sell all the products and services in America, we could not pay off our debt. If America walked into a car dealership, they would be declined for a loan. Think about that, Warriors. So how can you just keep printing money into the system? Well, how you do that and why you have to do that is because we're a debt-based society. If you don't pump money into the system, the economy will collapse. Every dollar printed in is a dollar in credit. We are a debt-based society. If all of you guys paid off your debt, the whole economy would collapse. The whole economy is ran off interest. Ever since we detached from the gold standard in 1971 with President Nixon, we became a printing machine. And you need to ask yourself this question. In 2008, with the big financial crisis, the housing crisis, who let that happen? Think about that for just a moment. Who in the upper regime, the banking system, let that happen? Who sat back in their big leather chairs, sipping their brandy, going, you know what, look at these people. Let's give all these people no stated loans. They don't have to come in with any income. They don't have to come in with any stated income. They could just be, they could be a stripper. They can come in and get 5 different houses. They could have maybe just maybe they have a lawnmower. They have a lawnmower and they're mowing lawns. They come and say, I get $1 million home, interest only. That's what was happening. So who in the legal department, who in the freaking government, who in banking allowed that to happen? Think about that, Warriors. And now our GDP is worse than the Great Depression and our stock market is booming right now. Think about that, okay? So think about this, okay? I want to share with you guys. As of 2021, February 2nd, 2021, the stock market is significantly overvalued, according to the Buffett Indicator. Based on the historical ratio of total market cap over GDP, currently at 192%, it is likely a negative 3% a year from the level of evaluation including dividends. Meanwhile, based on the historical ratio of newly introduced total market cap over GDP plus total assets of Federal Reserve banks, currently at 142%, the stock market is significantly overvalued, and it's likely to return negative 1.2 a year from the level of the evaluation, including the dividends. Okay, so what returns can we expect from the stock market? As of today, the stock market index is at that's something billion, which is about 192% of the last reported GDP. The U.S. stock market is positioned for an average annualized return of negative 3%, estimated from the historical valuations of the stock market. This includes a return from the dividends currently yielded at 1.52. Okay, so really important to understand the Buffett Indicator deals with interest rates, okay, long-term growth of corporate profitability, market evaluations, okay? That's how you get the Warren Buffett Indicator. So I want you to take a look at this. So the ratio of total market cap GDP to the valuation, that gives you your valuation, okay? So look at this. Significantly overvalued ratio is from 115 to 136. Where we are today, February 2nd, 2021, we're at 196, significantly overvalued. Okay, so you got Bank of America talking about it. They're signaling, but all of you guys are looking over here at the AMC thing. You're looking at the GameStop thing. We're all jumping in these pump and dumps, right? And then you come over here, and what are all the billionaires doing? Forbes Blockchain 50 of 2021, cashing in on Bitcoin mania. If you watched my video this morning, you have, I think it's a mayor, senator or mayor. Don't quote me on that. I think it was a mayor. I read the article. But you have people in politics moving into Bitcoin and trying to get their constituents to move into Bitcoin. So Forbes Blockchain 50 of 2021 cashing in on Bitcoin. This right here is Michael Saylor of MicroStrategies. I think he moved most of his company's assets into Bitcoin, whereas this is really important. It's up 300% in 2020. Bitcoin is suddenly getting respect of the C-suite. Here's how PayPal, Square, and 48 other big companies on Forbes' third annual Blockchain 50 are outpacing their competition using Bitcoin as the underlying blockchain. Because they're running from this, warriors. They're running from a deflating dollar. They're running into stores of value. They're running into gold and silver. Bitcoin is a store of value, warriors. And we are the little guys sitting on the sidelines, and we don't know what's happening because we're watching this whole narrative, and we're trying to beat Robinhood, and we're trying to beat the hedge funds. And it's great, it's great that the people are waking up, warriors. But these guys have billions and billions and billions of dollars. They're not playing the same game, warriors. They're not playing the same games. And that's what happened yesterday for the XRP pump. All these people were super excited about it. Yes, it went up because people were buying in. The smart money was buying in the day before. It went up. They peaked. They were all closing out very early before the 8:30. And then all of a sudden, they said, I think these people that were trying to pump it, it was like 8:30 Eastern time. You saw, I woke up at 2:50 in Arizona time, so that would have been at 3, that would have been 4. So 4 o'clock in the morning, it was at 70 cents, and all of a sudden you started seeing it go. And then right when it hit 8:30, boom, they dumped it. And guess who got hurt? Not the big guys. Go look at whales. I think it's whale alert, under whale_alert on, what is it, not Instagram, Twitter. You can see the actual whales moving their money, warriors. So I want you to understand that the game has changed, warriors. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. We are moving rapidly and efficiently into cryptocurrency. And it's all happening behind your back, as there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. There's a whole nother narrative going on this way, warriors. And if you know the game, you can't be played. This has been going on in history, warriors. This is nothing new. History does not repeat itself. It often rhymes. And this is rhyming to the Great Recession and Great Depression. The Great Recession that we had in 2008, the Great Depression. Think about it. Who was involved? The bankers, the big people, the big money warriors, and it was this battle in between the people and the bankers. And guess who came out on top? The people with the money warriors. So you have two choices. You can sit back and get ran over by the freight train, or you can get involved in the biggest shift in generational wealth. But be smart about it, warriors. Don't listen to a long-haired guy that has a cut-off shirt, that's screaming warriors rise. Don't ask you to trust a word I say. Question everything I'm saying. Say what you mean, but don't say it mean down in the comments. I'm trying to wake you up, warriors, that this is your opportunity in history, to be part of the biggest shift in generational wealth. You've never had an opportunity like this, and you will never have an opportunity like this again in your time. There's going to be more millionaires and billionaires made within the next 24 months than in history, in my opinion. And a lot of them are going to be in the Warrior Academy. It's just how it goes, warriors. We woke up to it. Think about it. Zero carbon by 2050. What would you invest in? You're going to go into gas and oil? Think about that, warriors. They're moving. Biden's signing already signed executive orders to move to commercial vehicles that are electric. Right away, the first thing he did is go right into the Paris Agreement, right back into the Paris Agreement. Think about that. That's zero carbon by 2050. Gas, solar, wind, warriors. Blockchain, cryptocurrency. Davos is going on right now. The big topic is, I think Davos is over now, but the big topic is cryptocurrencies, blockchain, infrastructure. Jerome Powell says you're coming back to a new economy, warriors. But you're not watching that. You're staring this way at a C word, and there's a whole nother narrative going on this way, warriors. So it's time to wake up. And I'm excited that people are waking up, like the Wall Street bets and things like that. It's waking people up. The great thing about it is all this news is bringing mainstream adoption to cryptocurrency. Like I said, I was sitting at the barbershop and the person to my left was talking about it. That was to my right. Person to my left was talking about it. Warriors, the Main Street adoption is here. Don't get left out, but educate yourself, warriors. Educate yourself. Everything you need down below is in the description in this, whatever you call it, the YouTube description. We don't edit our videos, but down below in the YouTube description, everything's down there. I also have a podcast. I have over 850 podcasts. I think it's close to 900 podcasts now. I have thousands of pieces of free information, hundreds of videos to help you out, whereas I'm just here to help you. I mean, like somebody said in one of my comments, one of my warriors said, I could just go off into the sunset. My crypto bags are packed, warriors. I've methodically set myself up for the last year and a half. And I could just go off into the sunset and head off and have a great time. But warriors, I really, truly want to help you. And if you're in my Warrior Academy, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen the comments, warriors. This is a mission to help the people. This is a mission to help warriors rise. It's very, very important that you wake up to this, warriors. We have a lot of single moms, single dads in our academy. We have couples in our academy as well, but that are really taking control of their life, taking control of their finances, and take all the financial stuff. Warriors, you work out live with us daily. We do your nutrition. You have mindset coaching, subconscious mind programming around wealth, economics, understanding the game so you can't be played, and a badass community of 500 warriors worldwide helping each other rise. So if you need any help, let us know. Everything's down in the description below. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. I'm going to get back to eat my macros. Let's go.